and welcome to the coffee break. Today we will cover the last presentation on version 9.3. So I will show you, I will show you where we are at. So today we will see the project management. The new version has a lot of improvements on this module, and then we will cover improvements in MRP and production, inventory and distribution, a bit of CRM, and the rest we'll just have a quick look at it, but nothing much to see on that. So let's begin with the project management in 9.3. This module was created in 9.2, but 9.3 has major improvements. So we have a project here. I have created a project for MaxiTech. This project has a start date and a due date. And what we'll be managing with that project is a truck skirt. So I'll show you what is a truck skirt, and Tracy will
we discovered this morning. Yeah, we discovered this morning what a truck skirt is. He has a picture of it. So it's a customer that's in plastic that we have, and you can see it's a skirt that goes around the box of a truck. So I guess it's to save on energy. Hey, I guess, Christophe? I guess
exactly.
But that's what the project is how they're going to manufacture this. So it's just to give an example of it. So
yeah, I don't know much about the trucks, but I found it very interesting because they're using this is actually a very custom product, and it is like basically every time that they need to create a new product, they will use the notion of project. So let's see what we'll be looking at the project.
Yeah, so these are their stages though, but I mean, everybody knows that your own stages, you can create whatever you want, you know, in your tasks and descriptions, just word it as you do.
Exactly. The stages, the task, and the description, all of this is customizable. I've created a few as an example. So what we have stages, like the conception of the specification. Then we need to create a molding because this will be made out of plastic sheets, but it has to be heated against a molding. Then we will create. Actually, we will outsource the molding creation. Okay, it will be done by a subcontractor. So we will buy it, and then we will resell the molding to our customer MaxiTech. Then we will need to create a sample, provide a sample to the quality insurance internally. We will ask the customer, to approve for that sample, and then we will start the production order. And once again, we will require a quality insurance on it. So we have all of those different stages. Some tasks can be duplicated, like the QI task is there for the sample as well as for the final production. We have start date and end date to those stages, and also we have stage dependencies. So if I let's say for the molding creation, to require the production of it, I need to have the documentation created, and to create a sample, I need to have the molding created by the subcontractor. So all of those all of these dependencies between between the stages make possible to have a Gantt chart here, where we can see the calendar week, and we can see the relations between all the stages.
And one stage, sometimes, because you might have a stage at one point that you can't start before the prior one is finished, so you can block it off and say you can't start, let's say, production before we have the confirmation from the sample from the customer and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that allows also, because we have No, sorry, I will cover another portion in the production order. But yes, that's the idea behind. And we have also a project overview here that will list all the stages as well as the start date, due dates, and the progress. So that is the progress for each stage. So this one is completed, this one also, as we can see here in the finished column underneath. And overall, we can say that the whole project is finished at 45% when we add all the percentage completion for each stage. We also have a sub-project here. Sub-project, in that situation, I took the example of the plastic. We need to dry it. If we keep it for too much time in the warehouse, it will become a bit humid, so we need to dry it for a few hours in a big oven, and then it will be fine for approximately 6 months. So I could have had this as a stage, a regular stage, but for some reason I decided to have it as a sub-project that accounts for 10% of the whole project. And so what's the difference? We could make a link between having a sub-project and having a phantom item in a bill of material. It's mostly for presentation purpose. Okay, so we have discussed about the Gantt chart and the reports. Now we have also a new billing wizard and it's possible also to add some time in the new time sheet window, and we have a report linked to it. So in addition of selling the production, we will sell our services. We will sell the specification documentation, and we will sell also the quality insurance. So for that, in the human resources, we have created a few timesheets. So we have here a 1 hour billable for the quality insurance sample. It is linked to a non-inventory item that is called quality control, and we have it has actually a standard cost and a selling price of $100. We've done also a 2 hours billable for another QA and a 4 hours billable for the specification documentation. So we can have a report to see them. It is in the project management, and it's the timesheets report. So we will filter on the project, and we will see each time that has been entered. And please note that this, like the link between the timesheet entry and the project here and all the documents that we will add is done through the financial project. So we have here the project management window, but it is also linked to a financial projects, the one that we've known for a long time in SAP. And also to mention something, so let's look at, for instance, the molding creation. We have a few documents linked to it. One of the documents is the AP invoice. I had to buy this. So we've made the outsourcing to a vendor. This is the price that it cost us. See, it's linked to the project, but now we want to bill the customer for this. So in the line of the AP invoice, we have selected that it's a chargeable line. Okay, and we could do the same for every kind of document. Now, when we want a bill for those time and for this molding creation, we will use the billing document generation wizard. And so we will specify that we want an AR invoice, and we will do it for, no, sorry, that was Maxitech. Maxitech, and we will select the project code. The project code could have a better meaning, of course. I just picked up the date, but it could make more sense. And I will charge it against the molding. So what is this? What is those stages? These are exactly the stages that we've seen in the project management window. So we will invoice the customer against a project and a sub-project. So when we hit next, what do we have? We have the AP invoice here, and we will charge for the documentation of the specification. Okay, so that, and we have the unit price here. We have 4,800 and we have 4 hours of 100. So let's click on finish. And that will simply open an AR invoice on which we can just make some modification, maybe add some text line and so on. The rest, you know that. So it's that easy. And of course, we will see that against the stage here in the documents window section. So that is new, the new billing wizard. Now also we have some activities, informations that include resource number and cost item. So what we could do, we could link also an activity. Where is it? We will close the documents and open the activities. Okay. So I have an activity somewhere here. Okay, I've lost it. So let's create one. Or actually, let's be lazy and pick up the last one. What is new now? We've known the activity for a long time, but now we could say, okay, I want to create an activity for manager to do a quality control on the final production. And I can add a resource and also a cost item. So we know that cost item, QA, we've seen it before, but we can link also the project to a resource. So we've known the resource in the past also. This could be a manpower, this could be machines. Actually, we have those types of resources. Now, what is good with the resource is that we can specify what is the capacity of those resources. So let's say for a labor, that will be 8 hours per day. But if I have also some, okay, I have thermoforms, so that is a machine that will be heating the plastic. They can work 8 hours per day, but I have 2 of them. So my capacity, my daily capacity is 16 hours. And that will be very useful in the production order that we will see in a few minutes. So, and we've seen how we can charge. Yeah.
I just have a question. If you're, let's say somebody has a machine, you know, no matter what you're producing, that means that you could we, let's say, create a project that's a machine, and somebody who wants to know how long a machine ran in the year, whatever, that you could follow where it's at for its maintenance and that sort of thing. Could you do
that? Yes, okay, so I'm not sure, do we have the project? Yes, I think we would be able.
No, just to follow. Some people have machinery that needs maintenance on it and stuff like that. So maybe they could follow the time that a machine was operated, no matter what project, you know what I mean?
Yes, if we have the resources linked to a bill of material.
Okay.
Let's say, where is it? The production bill of material. Okay, I have my here. I have my truck skirt, and it's linked to machines like this one, what it says is that if I want to create a 10 output, 10 skirts, I will need to have 4 hours of this machine. Okay, so yes, in the end, I could build a report that based on what was the output of the final product, I could see how many hours the machine ran
Okay,
in the
good.
years.
All
Yeah.
right, thanks.
So that's pretty much it about the project management. Now, MRP and production. So I have to mention that the documentation is very light in English, but we have in French two pages. So somehow part of it was lost in the translation. So we'll stick to that, but keep in mind if you need to have more information about the production, and if you can read French, well, that would be good.
I think
But
I have
otherwise,
that
I will.
though. I
You
think I
have
have.
that,
I think I have the document. If anybody needs it, just send me an email.
but you have okay. So, all right. So what we have new now regarding the production, we have a production routing. So it is possible now to add multiple routing stages into the bill of material and into the production orders. Those stages have start and end dates, and so that allows us to plan for our resources and to make sure that we will not be short of resources. So let's see now how it will look like in a production order. I have a production order still for a truck skirt. And so this is based on the bill of material that we've had. So it's exactly the same thing as we have in the bill of material. You know the production order window. Now what we have in addition is a routing sequence. So we can specify that we need to have the plastic sheet. So we have some items, plastic sheets, and we have also some resources, the thermoforms and the molding. And we can specify that this comes first, and then when it's done, we have the routing stage, the routing sequence number 2, which is quality control, and then we have the number 3, which is the wrapping. So remember we said that we needed 4 hours for this machine to create 10 a truck skirt. So here we have the equivalent. We have the 4 hours, and we have also looking for the equivalent in days. I can't find it, but I will find it after. So what it means is that
Your total days are at the end there, because stuff, if you look, yeah, there it
and
is. Yep. Is that it?
we have, well, it kind of
Total days.
does not really make sense
Okay.
because the required date should be more than that. So there might be an issue with the way, oh, actually, yes, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So if we're using the on start date or on end date, it will not take into consideration the capacity of our resources. It will all consume. It will pretend that we don't have any limitation of the capacity. So we might want to use the start date forward. What it means is that we say, okay, we will specify that we want to start a production order today or whenever we want, and we will ask the system to calculate. See, it just jumped from the 25th to the 28th. And now we have the required days here that says, okay, we need half a day for the thermoforms. And we have also the waiting days here. This is a new feature. We can specify that, okay, after the molding, we need to have 1 full day for the plastic to dry. And then we will just need to have the wrapping. So altogether, that, like including the production days and the waiting days, that will be almost a day and a day and a half here.
And if the day also, like we saw this morning, if the day, let's say, you add on more time to it and it's interfering with the next step, something is going to pop up in red and show you that the activity, there's something wrong because there's another activity can't start before the other one finishes, kind of thing, right, Christophe?
Yes, exactly. The start date and end date will become red if we don't have, if we are forcing the system to provide an output, but we don't have it now. Okay, so okay, now it's pushing. It will push again the due date to the 28th. Now the other way of working with the production order would be that we want to specify the end date, so we know that this product is to be delivered for the 30th or the 31st, let's say, and we want the system to tell us when we should start the production based on all the time that it requires. So let's say we want to have it for the end of the month. We need to click on update now here. And okay, update. And the system will tell us we need to create it on the 30th. Okay, but if we were, your question, Tracy, was if we want to force it, it's gonna be in, okay. No, it will just, I don't remember how we've done it, but if we, for some reason,
we did it earlier, we tried it, yeah, like we kind
when
of
we tried to squeeze
step.
it,
Yep.
Exactly. But anyway, so that is very good to tell us when we should start or when that should end. So that is, sorry, I'll just refer to that. So we have discussed about the routing stage, start and end date, and now we'll just refer quickly to this one. Okay. Bill of materials, we can now define dropship warehouse for template types. Bill of material. So why we would want to do that? Maybe if we have a template bill of material for a special production order for a special product that we do not keep in inventory, that could be a reason of using this. Okay, so here we have, what does it says is that we have a new feature that allows us to change in batch many components of the bill of material, and this is very great. I really liked it. So it is called here bill of material component management. What does it make? If you have two bill of materials and you want to change the warehouse, you can do it in each of them. But if you have, let's say, hundreds of bill of material, you will be happy to have that kind of wizard. If for some reason you were in the warehouse 01, but now you want to create a special product, a special warehouse for the bill of material, or for some reason you have an item that is inactive, so you want to for each of the component of the bill of material, you want to change this item and replace it with another one. So that will be very useful to change the bill of material lines. And here I will change the A1 product and replace it with A2. You might also want to change a quantity for an item, change the warehouse, issue method, a WIP account. It could be a price list. You could add a BOM line. Let's say you want to add like a manpower. You want to add a new item, like wrapping to every bill of material. That will be the place to do it. You can also delete BOM lines and change the bill of material header. So this is interesting also. If you want to change the quantity or the warehouse for the header, price list, distribution rule, project, Very interesting feature. Okay. Okay, we have also the waiting days. So we've seen that we have a status per stage, and we have the required days as well as the waiting days and the total of days. We have also a tab here in the production order. We have a summary tab. Okay, this one is quite empty. I will take this one. That is the production order is released. So what we have a summary of what was planned, was completed. If we have any reject, we have here a breakdown. When we click on the arrow, we have a breakdown of the actual item component cost. It says that I used that item and also the glue and also the plastic to create it. It shows the quantity needed. If I had some resource component costs in this, this is where it would show. We have the actual product cost here. So I have a quantity of one of my final product. And here, if we had any variance, let's say to explain like a variance in the standard cost or for some other reasons, this is where we would see it. So yeah, we have a breakdown of all the cost, and yeah, we've seen that also, the variance report. So this is about the production order. So once again, very interesting to plan the capacity. We have also the inventory and distribution, the unit of measure for batch items. So what it means is we could have an item that is bought, let's say, in pack of 10 kilos, and we sell it in pack of pounds. If we buy one package of 10 kilos, we would just enter the lot, the batch number just once, with a quantity of one. But when we are ready to sell it, we would have we would have 22 available to sell it for each package that we are selling. So that provides greater flexibility in how we buy and sell using the unit of measure and the batch. Okay, CRM now. CRM in SAP, nothing, we don't have much new, but what is interesting is that everything that we've had was all grouped into one menu. So let's see what we have. We have here, and most of those windows actually are still available where they were. Like we have the business partner master data, activity. We have here the campaign generation wizard that was, I think it was under the business partner. Same for the campaign. The opportunity also sales quotation and sales order that is still under the sales AR but is available now. It's all part of the CRM, and we have all the reports here. So it provides, I think it provides a better visibility to the CRM module, makes it easier to find what we're looking for also.
Yeah, you can use both ways, like the way it used to run, but everything's under the same menu. But what I had found out this morning, which I liked, was, and I don't know, like I said, maybe it was in 9.2, but I don't have it set up like that in mind. But let's say I'm in a business partner and I want to create an opportunity. Yep. I normally leave my business partner and go into the module and create an opportunity on the side, whereas now I can be in my business partner and create the opportunity from there instead of going into the menu, which I thought was fun. But like I said, I don't know if this was 9.3 or 9.2. Maybe I'm just not set up properly, you know?
It could be, yes.
Yeah.
So and many of those menus here used to be in the summary here, but now it's all grouped into you can also. So it's very interesting what we can have, like it's all linked to the business partner. So
just a little easier, I guess, than
yeah,
leaving the business partner and going into the opportunity. So
exactly. Okay, so okay, we can now assign an activity to multiple users or employee. And okay, so this is pretty much what we have to say about the CRM. Now, here, that can become a bit more technical and it's not very interesting actually. Just one thing to mention, the query manager. When I mean interesting, I mean for the end user, of course. In the query manager, we have a new search field. Because what happens when we have multiple and multiple, we have some customers that have hundreds, if it's not more, queries here with many categories. We have that additional tool here that we can just type in a few words, a few letters, and it will basically go to the query. So can make things a bit easier. And here also a few information about the system landscape directory and the embedded incident reporting. So in the 9.3, it will be possible to open an incident through the SAP and to record the issue. So we can record it and then send it by email or via the remote support platform. So if we might have a future webinar on this to provide more detail if we link it to Forgestic. And the licensing, nothing much to say except that we need a license in SAP. So that covers our series on version 9.3. We have seen the last sessions. We covered administration, sales, purchasing, and services. There were a lot to say about this. Financial management also, lots of great new features. I
and I
hope you
have those
enjoyed.
recordings too, if anybody needs them, the first part and the second part. If anybody hasn't seen them, if you missed it, just send me an email and I'll share it with you.
Yeah, sounds good. So, yep, I hope you enjoyed the series. It's always a pleasure for us to help you with SAP through our webinars. So don't hesitate to contact us if you have any question. I will show the here.
Yeah, so the support email and
The
mine. If you
support
have,
email.
yep. If somebody wants a document on 9.3, I have it too. So I can send that to you. So just let me know if you need anything.
And don't hesitate to contact us. It's always a pleasure. We're here to help.
Thank you very much, Christophe. So have a nice weekend, everybody. And like
Okay.
I said, we'll see you next week. Not in 2 weeks. We're covering alerts and workflow. So thanks, Christophe. Have a nice day, everybody.
Okay. Good,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.